Hey friends, welcome back to this channel. My name is Stacy here at Stacy Makes, and we talk about crochet stuff here. Usually plushies, markets, market prepping, new patterns, all of that fun stuff. So if you are just now joining us, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving and enjoyed my little surprise from last week. And if you missed that, I am going to be a grandma. So I am very excited about that, and we just have a couple weeks left, possibly no days, maybe 30 days. I'm not really sure how long, so I will keep you guys up to date on that news. So I do have that coming in December as well as Christmas. So what an exciting holiday it is going to be. So I brought you guys a market recap last weekend with my future daughter-in-law Trista. And instead of showing you everything I'd made, I did a ton of stuff 2 weeks ago. I showed you guys everything I made in a week, and it was a lot. It was a lot. And I work full-time if you are new here. And then I just kind of tanked my motivation and what I wanted to do, and then I had stuff going on, and I just kind of lost it for a few days there. And so I didn't have a whole lot. So I brought you that market recap with Trista, and then I thought I'm just going to keep working, and then I'll bring you guys 2 weeks of market prep. My next and last market of the year is a week from yesterday, so I have 6 days. I am off tomorrow, so I have one more day off. We do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow in the middle of the day, so I won't be free all day long, but I do have an extra day in my holiday. But I also have a company Christmas party this week too, so there's just a couple doctor's appointments for the kids going on. So I don't know how much I'll actually get done this week. This week's goal is pricing all of the stuff that needs tags and just making sure I have everything together for Saturday, because my nephew's wedding is also on Saturday. I'm missing the ceremony because I had this show booked, paid for it a year in advance, and if you leave early or miss it, then you're out. And so I'm just barely missing the ceremony. I'm actually going to be closer to them being at this market than home, and we're just going to go straight after the market. So it's going to be a full day of markets and then a wedding reception and meal and everything right after that. So it's going to be a late night. Anyway, let's get into everything I made. I'm going to try to kind of break down everything kind of in an order. I did a couple pattern tests also in the midst of all of this, and because they fit into kind of what I was doing, and I always help my bestie April. So the first pattern test though I did do, and I had started the very beginning of the week before, was this Snuggle Sprite. This is a new series of patterns by Katie from the Celestial Homebody, and this is Clover the Calf. This is Premier Basics Chenille and White. I think this is Mushroom Caramel, and this is like their denim blue color. I don't know if it's actually called denim or not. Cute pattern. This little tail. I will tell you that it is much larger than the pictures. What I was imagining in my mind anyway from the pictures. I told her, I'm like, it's a big boy. I got done with these legs and I was like, ooh. And then it's pretty big around. I will tell you, I did put this in my inventory total for the 2 weeks, but I do not know if I'm going to actually take it to the market or not. I started with brown. You start with the alternate arm color. So I started with this and then made the other arm, which wasn't too bad, but then I went to making the brown bottoms of the legs and working my way up, and realized that my white was not near as thick as my brown, and I had chose my 6.5 millimeter hook, which is what I do sometimes when I have a really nice thick Premier Basics chenille, but if I don't, I usually do a 6, kind of the same with Burnett. So I got partway done and I'm like, I'm not undoing this, and realized that I probably should have used a smaller hook. So there's a couple places, I mean, I'll show you, there's a couple places where you can kind of see holes, and I don't like that. So I don't know if I will try to sell it or if I'll just keep it for future grandbaby, who knows. We'll see on this one, but it's a super great pattern, and that was all my fault or the yarn's fault, whatever you want to blame it on. But adorable pattern. It's really not hard for a beginner, because there's nothing here that was a super advanced technique, honestly. So, I mean, I think a beginner could make one of these with some patience. And I mean, not a beginner, but like, you know, someone who's done some things in the round and done single crochets, and there's some half doubles in this muzzle to make this muzzle shape. I embroidered the eyes so be baby safe, which I am not very good at that, and it's not something that I have I've really mastered yet. So, but they look okay. But it's cute, a little like dress on or jumper, whatever you want to call it, like a little romper. It's adorable. It's adorable, adorable, and it's tall. I mean, like, its head is comparable to my head, and then it goes on down. It's probably 20 to 22 inches tall. So it's a big boy, big girl, very snuggly toy for like a little infant. It would be pretty big for a tiny infant. A walking toddler, maybe. I could see them just grabbing it and walking around with it, and it being, you know, just a little smaller than they are. So super adorable pattern. You check these out. The Celestial Homebody, I don't know if she's got her Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going on through the weekend or not, but she did have a sale going on, and she has a whole series that she started at these Snuggle Sprites. So there's several other animals out there that you guys can also get a hold of besides this cow. But I had cows on my list to make because I sold almost every cow at my last market, and I didn't really have a specific cow in mind, just any kind of cow. So when she asked if I'd be interested in testing, I was like, sure, it fits. And then I was like just a day shy of getting it back to her because of the market last weekend, the pictures, because I wasn't home. And then when I got home, it was dark because it, you know, gets dark at super early now. So anyway, super adorable. All of the links to all of the stuff that I'm showing you should be in the description below. But if you have trouble finding them, let me know in the comments or reach out to me on Instagram and I'll try to get you a link. Anyway, super adorable. Okay. Premier Basics chenille. So I'm gonna, again, not show you in exactly the order that I made everything in, but kind of. I organized them into like early in the week, weekend, beginning of the week, and then what I did last. So I did make one more. I actually made a couple of these, but I just have one to show you from the beginning of the week. I made a jellyfish. This is my free pattern, Junior the Jellyfish, on Instagram. I decided to not put eyes on it or a loop, so maybe it would be a little bit more baby friendly, so it'd have no plastic and no long loop on it. So adorable, Junior the Jellyfish. I remade Dory the Deer. This is Snuggle Beans Crochet's pattern. I have an order for this for Christmas, and I sold the one that I had. I told her I was going to take it to the market, the last market that I had, and then after this market, if I still had one, I'd sell it to her, and if I didn't, I would remake it. So I remade it, and then I'm debating whether to take it to the market or, with the holidays and the baby and everything coming, if I'm gonna just keep this one back, and that way I know I have it for her. I did play a little bit of yarn chicken with this rust color, and I thought I had a whole nother skein, but it was curry. And so I got all the way up to this part of the body, and I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a little bit of a color shift. It's worse on camera than I feel like it is in real life, actually. But I got all the way up to here, and I was out of the skeins of the lot that I had. I think I had a skein and a little bit. And so I had a project that I'd finished, but I did not like. It was like a sitting bird that I had made, and I made it in this color, kind of like an owl, thinking it would be kind of like an owl. It was an owl, triad and owl, but anyway, so I frogged it all out, and it was a little bit different of a shade. So you can kind of see it there, but I think that it's just on that head part, and it's really not as noticeable as the camera makes it look. But hey, we've all got our issues. I did hand paint these safety eyes. All of my safety eye advent calendars have now shipped. So if you ordered one, you should either have it or it be on its way to you, and hopefully you enjoy it. I have no idea who got what. It was not, everybody doesn't get the same things. So if you see somebody else opening theirs, it's not going to ruin yours. It's because there's different things in different ones. A white tail. I love this little tail where you don't see the color, but then you're like, oh, it's a white tail. Anyway, adorable Dory the deer. I'm putting 45 on this one. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to take it because I'm not sure if I want to make another one. I do have more rust on the way, but I have not heard great things about the rust that's coming. If it's the same lot as the rust that other people have gotten from Premier lately, it's more curry than it is rust. It'll still work, I think, if I decide I want to make it, but this is such a good color for deer, so. Okay, that's Dory. Those are really the only two great big things that I made that were over $40. So what else did I do? I have all kinds of little goodies to show you guys. I tried to do some more focusing on some small things here and there so that I would have some $5, $10 things. I made one baby frog by Mom Stitchetti. Put these in a $10 bin. I made a pocket frog. This is a free pattern on Instagram by La Chromie on a keychain. And then these are new. So I got all of the Critterlings patterns from Poggy's Place. Thank you, Kelly. And they are tiny, tiny. The Critterlings are even smaller than her normal stuff. And so I made a few of those and put them on keychains. This is the whale. Adorable. I'll put it on a keychain for $6. This is the cardinal. Adorable. This is the frog. All of those will be $6. And then this is the mini dino that she has. This was the first one I made, and I didn't like how far up I put the spikes, so I moved them back a little bit on this one. But this one is Elise Voluto, and this is Premier Basics. It's a little bit bigger, but I'm going to do both of these as $8 keychains because I do $6 and I do $8. So that's all the stuff from the beginning of the week. This plus those two great big things. And so all of those little keychains, besides the first few I showed you, were Poggy's Place, which if her sale's still going on, guys, there has been some amazing Black Fridays, Cyber Monday sales going on, including my shop, which is still on sale all the way through Monday to Monday at midnight. So if you are looking to check that out, run, guys, run. Get your last few days of pattern sales. I did not too bad so far anyway, of getting some stuff, but I think that was because I already had so many patterns that I'm like, oh, that's such a great deal, but I already have, I already have those. So anyway, great Black Friday deals. And again, links will be down in the descriptions. Down in the description. Here is the other jellyfish I made. This is that Bernette blanket, but granny square yarn that changes colors. Again, no eyes, no hanger, just trying to keep it super baby safe. The other pattern test that I did this week for April at the Cozy Buckeye, if you all know who April is, if you watch my channel, you know that we're really good friends. We talk all the time. But she came out with, it's already released. It released on Friday. Pugsley, the Market Pug, or Puppy, Market Puppy. I'm not sure if she called it a pug outside of its name. But this is the first one I made in Elise Voluto. And then I decided to try it in Bernette Blanket. Let's see the size difference. Oh, so adorable, so quick. A unique, it's really no-sew. You do go back and surface crochet his little nosy snout on, and you do chain out for these ears in a unique way and kind of color change as you move back into the body. But nothing that an advanced beginner, I don't think, couldn't handle. So No sew for sure still. So adorable. This is Pugsley, and he's on sale right now through Cyber Monday. All of our stuff is on sale, and he's brand new and released right now. But on top of doing Pugsley, I needed more of April's loaves for my market. I just had April's loaves on my list. So I made Boaz the bear, kind of in a polar bear color. I made Max the Market Kitty, and this is the color Tabby, and like the marbled brunette colors. I love these. I hand painted both these eyes probably. I'm sure I did. This is brunette and this one's Elise, so a little bit bigger. And then I did one more, and I did Polly the pig. I did the cow last week, so I've got the cow, the pig, cats, the bear, and I have the puppies. Which just means I don't have the bunny, the raccoon, or the possum for this market, but I'll have what I have. These are so cute, so fast to make, such a good market make. Doing 16 on the pig and the bear, and doing 18 on the cat. You do have to sew the cat's tail on. Oh, sorry, Polly. This is Burnett's Mystical in quartz, something quartz. Such a good color for a pig. Okay, and then I finished kind of mid to the weekend out with some swings and this penguin, which this penguin is Penny. Excuse me, the hiccups. I think it's called Penny, the penguin from Poggy's Place. This is not the Critterlings penguin. She does have one, and it's super, super tiny, but this is the regular sized penguin. I love it. I bought it just a standalone pattern. You could color change or not down here, or flip these colors around. So adorable, so fast, such a cute little size. I'm gonna put 10 on that. And then I made a couple more swings. I sold out of all my swings except for one. I think I said in the video one, but I think I had two when I went back to look. And I had like 20 something. I had a lot of swings, and so the swings were a hit. And I can only make so many before I'm just like totally bored. But I made another octopus on a swing. I made another frog on a swing. And I made a koala. So I made these 3 swinging animals last weekend to the beginning of last week. So 3 more swings to add, and I do 12 for my swings. Okay, I'm gonna put these down here. Okay, so finished the week off. Obviously we had Thanksgiving in there, and I didn't host a traditional turkey dinner. I had all of my kids come. I'm actually going to my mom's Thanksgiving today after this, so I am so excited to go to her house. She just has it when everyone can make it, instead of trying to have it on that day and make everyone do 2 or 3 things that day, which is amazing. So we're having that today, but on Thanksgiving itself, I had all of my kids over and their significant others, and it was so amazing to have all of my children home, which, I mean, you know, only 2 of them don't live here, and then their significant others were here, and then we got my tree out, and I made them put a couple of their own ornaments on the tree, and then we played Jack in the Box on the Switch, and we just laughed, and it was such a fun, amazing Thanksgiving this year. Thank you to my family. I mean, last year we were just in such a rough place on the holidays, and this year is just, things are looking up, and was so glad to be able to enjoy the holiday with them on Thursday. And so I didn't get a ton done over my break because I did do shopping with my mom on Wednesday. I hosted Thanksgiving for my kids. We had Italian beef and baked potatoes, not traditional Thanksgiving food, but on Thursday. And then Friday, I did stay home Friday, and the younger kids were here, stuff. But anyway, so This is the end of the week stuff besides a new pattern that I'm going to show you. And just got to the end of the week and I'm like, I need to make small stuff. The market is a week away and I'm like, I sold so many of my $5 and $10 things and my swings and my keychains. And I'm like, keep making small stuff, Stacy. So I just sat down with a basket of Elise Voluto and I'm like, okay, like just open up my pattern files and I'm like, what can I make? What can I make? So let's see. Let's show you first. Let me show you the baby turtles I made. So I sell these baby turtles. I was selling them for $8, but I think I'm going to change them to 10. I'm going to try them for 10 because you do have to make the head separate and crochet into the body, but by the time you do that and make the shell and everything, I mean, it's a good half-hour make, and for the complexity and the size and the cuteness, I think I'm going to try to not do an $8 bin this time. I'm going to just do a $5 bins for really small minis, and then I'm going to do 10s. So I'm going to put these in the 10s. So I made 3 baby turtles, which I batch made these. I made all the heads and then the bodies. And this is a free pattern on Instagram, lmsart.co and cofire.co. And the only thing I change is I don't do the last round of decreases on the bottom. I find that you don't really need to, and it just makes it, it just makes more stitches there. So I just go ahead and finish it off, and I tack the head back really well with the ending yarn. So 3 little baby turtles. Let's see. And then I did 2 just mini octos. I put these in my $5 bin. I just grabbed a yarn I could grab from here. I like to do these in brunette so that they're mini, but they have some size to them, but they're still just $5 because they take like 10 minutes. I made 2 of those, and those go in my $5 bin. And then I decided to make a few keychains. This is the first time I've done this pattern out of this pack. So I have the mini foods pack by, I think it's Just a Mom Crocheting's pack. And I have the turkey leg or the drumstick. I made one of him. I made 1 pizza. And I made, this is Therapy on my hook. This is her French fries. So I have French fries, pizza, oops, and my drumstick. Some food keychains. So fun. And then I was like, more swings. Stacy, we need more swings. So one of them is not Chanel's Crochet. So I'll show you that one first. This is actually Poggy's Place's reindeer out of her holiday pack, Critterlings holiday pack. Except for instead of doing the 4 legs around the bottom, I put arms on the side. I like added a row in between and I put arms on the side so I could put it on a swing. And then did the feet in the front. It's got a little white tail on the back. So this is Poggy's Place. And then I did all the rest of them are Chanel's Crochet has 14 swinging animal pack. And so I did, this is a cow in their Highland version, but I think because I didn't change the colors, like she's got it, I don't know if it still looks like a cow, if it looks, I don't know. I had a hard time with this one. I'm like, does it look like a cow? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to take it, and if somebody recognizes it as a cow, it's a cow. If not, then whatever. I don't know. I see a cow, but I also can see where you would look at it and be like, what animal is that? And then I have another frog, but I made him grumpy. I thought he was cute, grumpy. I made the pig out of the pack. That's my stomach growling. It's the pig. And I made the chick, which I forgot to put eyes in, so then I had to embroider them, and so he looks a little creepy. And then the chick variation has a bunch of different birds in it, and I decided to do the rooster variation, where you just put the little thing on the top, but I made him kind of a tan instead of white. So I made 6 swings, yes, 6 swings last night. Here And I do 12 on these, so that was pretty good. And then the last thing that I have to show you that's for the market prepping was I did do one cat. This is the frosting, burnout frosting, and then Mystical Canyon that I just did a spot. I just kind of went rogue and just did whatever. Thought it looked kind of cute, just with a little paw spot down there. But this is Annie Caraway's kitten, like the mini kitten. This is the smallest one she has, except for I always chain out the tail. And I do these for 12. And then this is Tara's Ocean Chums. She has an Ocean Chums pack. Tara's my daughter, Old Soul Factory, Crochet, Old Soul Factory here on YouTube. She's my daughter, but she has an Ocean Chums pack that's got a swordfish, a great white shark, and the whale shark. I think it's just those 3. Anyway, this is the whale shark pattern. I made it in Elise Voluto. I got his eyes a little, like one's way closer to the fin than the other, but I thought, you know, it just is what it is. And I'm going to put 15 on that. So that was all of my market prepping stuff. But then in the middle of all of that, I got a wild hair and I was like, you know, I need to finish this pattern that I was working on. I just was tired of market prepping. So I went back to designing a little bit. And I'm going to show to you, hopefully this week, I'll get a tester call out for this pattern. But there's 3 of them. I'm just going to tell you right now, there's 3. Okay, here's the first one. This is the Elephant Fancy Pants. This is going to be Ezra the elephant, which Ezra, if you know, is my son. My middle son is Ezra. But here he is in purple. And then I love this one, but his eyes are just like a little off. I'll show you the other head that I have, but this is Dwayne the Frog. I love this one. See, his eyes are just like a tiny bit off, and here's the other head that I have. It looks better. I need to put him on. This will probably be the one that I use. This is the same pattern, I just different hook. And so this is Dwayne the Frog, which is this overalls with no pocket with a bandana. And then this is Jenica the squirrel, and I'm going to make this tail. I'm going to have a short tail option. This is the short tail, and then I'm going to have a long tail option that kind of comes up way farther. This is just the solid version with no clothes. A little smirk on her. Jenica is my niece. I told her, she's like, Brooklyn is my other niece. It's her sister, and she's the lamb, which she raises sheep and goats. And I'm like, that makes sense. But I'm like, what is Jenica? Jenica's the youngest in the family until the baby comes. And just so funny. And she's like, I don't know, what animal am I? You know, we were trying to think. And I'm like, I know what you are. You are totally the squirrel. Because we've called her Squirrel since she was little. And I'm like, come here, squirrel. You know, and just funny. It's just a little term of endearment. So I sent her the picture last night. She loves my plushies too. And I'm like, this is named after you, Jenica. This is the squirrel. So I will have a tester call out for Dwayne is my dad Tim's middle name. So Dwayne the frog, Ezra the elephant, and Jenica the squirrel. I'll have a tester call out this week for these guys. I don't know how fast. It might be Tuesday. I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow since I have an extra day off tomorrow. But we also have doctor's appointments tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get that tester call out this week. And it won't be due and probably until then. I'll run it for a few days and then it probably won't be due until the next week. And it probably won't release until maybe the weekend before Christmas even, because, you know, we're going to have stuff going on here. So, but yeah, I'm just so proud of these. I'm excited. I'm excited. So excited. So I hadn't forgotten about the fancy pants. I was just taking a break while I was market prepping and trying to get a bunch of stuff done for markets in my last market season. You can't sell what you don't take, so just trying to make sure that we have as much stuff as possible when we go, which if you don't know, my daughter Tara goes with me to the markets and she also crochets. But she has gotten into making some amazing safety eyes. Like, she is so artistic and she loves, she's kind of like me too. I'm normally a hobby hopper. You know, I love to do different things, but crochet just kind of got my heart. And because I can do different types of things with crochet, but it's still crochet, I think that's why it's captured my heart so much, because I can switch it up and do something small and do something huge and extravagant and change up the yarns and the colors. And there's just so many options with it. So I don't feel like I hop from it as much. But she is an amazing artist. She draws graphic designs. She can draw on paper. She's a photo editor. She's very artistic, and she has really enjoyed pouring her heart and soul into some sets of safety eyes lately, which she just released some this weekend. And so if you want to check her out, I'll have her linked below as well. So check out Old Soul Factory Crochet or Old Soul Factory on Etsy, and she'll have some in stock really neat safety eyes. This last batch she made the ones that she just did were like stained glass looking amazing. She did give me a pair of the set before where she has like the little shells, and I don't even think these are available anymore, but these were just, I don't know if I can get them in my hand the right way. You see the shell in them? Just so amazing. So cool. So I got to find something really special to make. She gave me a little pair of these. So she makes stitch markers too. So she's just pretty talented. So actually all of my kids are, but both my girls are very artistic. So in different ways, but like my daughter Casey is an amazing, amazing artist, graphic and paper. Oh my gosh. She just, since she was tiny, she has just had an eye for shades and highlights and colors and just making, she's just so cool. If I have something of hers I can show, I will, but she's very shy about keeping her art very close to her because it's very personal, and she doesn't always want it judged and stuff. So, but she is amazing. Okay, so that was everything I made. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. I made 40 items. I made a total of 40 items in 2 weeks. Not bad. For a total of $541 in inventory. So I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, it's an average of $270 a week, and I work full-time, guys. Like, I work full-time. I have a couple kids still at home, which, yes, they're older, but you know, they have stuff going on and they need their mom some, and we had Thanksgiving and a holiday in there, so we just are living our best life. So thank you guys for coming and seeing what I made this week. If you are still market prepping or you just crochet for fun, feel free to tell me down in the comments what you are working on, or maybe the best Black Friday deal that you guys snagged that I might still need to snag if it's still on sale. And my stuff is 40% off through tomorrow, Monday night. So if you're watching this early, it is still on sale, 40% off all of my patterns. And you can go grab those through Monday night. So, and then April is running 40% off her stuff too, and Tara is running 35% off hers. So, my daughter. So go check that out as well. And there's a ton. If you are still looking for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, April from the Cozy Buckeye put out a video Friday of some of the best deals that she found, and she contacted some designers. And so I'll link that as well, her YouTube, so you can try to go watch that. But it's full of like patterns that she's made from some of her favorite designers and their sales that they're having through this weekend. So okay, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you had a great holiday if you celebrated Thanksgiving, and hopefully you got some Christmas shopping done if you celebrate Christmas. I know I did. I got a ton done, but my Amazon and Postal Service guy are going to like not like me for the next week or so. But I'm just so glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here, and hopefully you tune in again. Next week I should have a market recap, my last market of the season. It'll probably be out late on Sunday, or it might be delayed until Monday. And then it might just kind of be what I'm making through the holidays, depending on when the baby comes. And if I just set my hook down for a while, I gotta wrap presents, and we're gonna have things going on with family. So I may not get a whole lot done over the holidays, and I may skip a week or two in there. I'm not sure. So if I do, don't fret. And I do have a couple pre-filmed little things that I may or may not use if I end up taking a week off. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Hopefully you have a great week and a great holiday, and you're staying warm. And I will talk to you guys next week. Have a great week. Happy crocheting. Bye. Hey, Dolly. In your favorite spot? You love it there? Yeah. Bringing you an extra little clip of Dolly today. She's a little zen. She found her happy spot. She likes to have her belly rubbed. Yeah. I like to have my belly rubbed. Oh, you make me smile. Make me smile. Yeah.